Hi everyone and welcome back to Summer of Series 11 in Forza Horizon 5. This is the Golden Age, the first seasonal championship of this week's festival playlist, and it takes us to road racing in C-Class in classic muscle made before 1970. And you know my usual approach to these videos, I give you the easy to drive, easy to win car, and that's not going to be the case this time. I mean, it's easy to win in this, but I can't wholeheartedly say it's easy to drive. Now, if you look at the requirements for this week, for this championship, everything you can find there is going to be rear-wheel drive American muscle. That's just definition of the car restriction. But you probably can find a all-wheel drive swap tune in C-Class for it that will drive like your mama's Corolla, but why? I mean, come on, it's a seasonal champ against AI and highly skilled. Let's have some fun. So this 1965 Mustang GT packs over 1,000 horsepower in C-Class, and on the straight, on this short circuit, it gets over 220 kilometers per hour, which is a B-class performance and pretty much a testament of how power builds are dominant in Forza Horizon 5. This particular car, not necessarily this tune, but a similar configuration, holds a number of world records on various rivals categories in C-Class in Horizon 5. So yeah, the performance is absolutely mad. You can see way before we finish the first lap, we've been ahead of everything that is on the track, AI and players including, and even my sloppy driving through the corners like that doesn't decrease the gap to anything that we are racing against. So I mean, I can't imagine losing a race against AI to the car like this. Now, speaking about driving it, I really recommend having your traction control on. Without it, you may find it quite difficult to get off the line, and you might end up spinning in a number of corners. This is due to the fact that this car has immense power, but also C-Class kind of limits you in the number of options in terms of tires, and while you can pack a lot of power in the car, making it stick to the road is a little bit more difficult. So get the traction control on unless you really know what you're doing, and then just enjoy it, have fun. You will need to control your throttle quite a bit. The only time you can floor it is when the car is positioned absolutely straight. You don't want your front wheels turned anywhere if your gas is fully engaged, because then you will spin. Similarly, approaching the braking zones, you want to start braking early, not very early, but just if you have your racing line enabled, just when it turns yellow, that's where you want to start braking, but don't slam your brakes either. Make it gentle and one continuous motion, and then you will have no problem slowing down enough to get into the corner. The car turns absolutely nicely because it's a rear wheel drive. Basically the rear end will throw itself in the direction of the corner, and you will position your front in the correct direction, and then again gently start pushing your throttle and get back on the power, and you'll be fine. I don't even know what kind of a gap I have to the rest of the field, probably well in excess of 10 seconds. The Team Humans obviously wins this race, and that's 3 quick laps around the Estadio Circuit in this power monster of Mustang. As you can see, only one AI managed to score anything. Let's go for the second race and see if it's any different. Reservorio Sprint will not be any different. This track is generally easy for humans to beat AI in any configuration anyway, due to the very long straight in the beginning where you have a chance to overtake most, if not all, AIs in one go. So let's make use of all the horsepower we have in this car, and yeah, and try to get to the first proper corner in the first place. Now, hitting the AI in the back is not a good idea here because it slows me down, but even then we're now second and gonna be first way before we reach the first corner. Normally when you have other humans present here, your main problem is not AI, your main problem is to not be smashed into the rear right in this corner and absolutely murdered into the wall, but that's not going to be the case this time. Everybody is very far behind. As I said, we have so much power we could lose half of it somewhere and still be faster than anything else. So as long as we manage to stay on the road, which seems to be possible, we should be fine. And as you can see, when we get to these twisty sections with a lot of corners, I don't even have time to shift higher than second gear because I need to slow down and turn it all the time, and still the speed is mostly in excess of 100 kilometers per hour through the corners, and yeah, everyone is far behind. My teammates are doing fine as well, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 team humans, and this is definitely looking like a 2 races championship, the way it really should be with a highly skilled AI. But lately it's not always been the case. I don't know how it will go with the rest of the seasonal champs for this week, but this one is really nice and easy. If you gonna try the same car and tune configuration, let me know how you liked it, because as I said, it's very easy to win in it as long as you can control it, but it's not very easy to drive. And I have to say, I have no idea how to drive these kind of cars in general on the keyboard, because the key here is to keep your throttle controlled all the time, and when you feel the vibration of your throttle trigger, that's when you want to ease off a little bit, because that's an indication that your wheels are about to start spinning, and then you can lose control of your car. How this works on keyboard, I have no idea. Probably you'll get to tap the throttle all the time, on and off, but I'm not sure about that. But with that, we finished the second race of the 2 for this champ with overwhelming win on Team Humans. No points for AI this time, not even one. So that's how it should be. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.